So, the Ku Klux Klan. In Tennessee, a group of former veteran Confederates formed the Ku Klux Klan. The former Confederate general named Nathan Bedford Forrest was the KKK's first, ever Grand Wizard. But in 1869, he would try to, disband it because he felt it was, getting too violent. But this was, unsuccessful, and the Ku Klux Klan's, main targeted places were places that were, racially equal. They would raid African Americans and white Republicans at night to instill fear into people. They would, destroy property, beat people up, and even murder people for, intimidation purposes. They used intimidation tactics to influence votes in elections. And in Georgia, the Klansmen would often parade around on horses to intimidate black voters and Republicans supporting white men from voting. They would also threaten specific Republican leaders with violence. And the structure of the Ku Klux Klan was, at the top, it was the Grand Wizard, and then the Grand Dragon, and then the Grand Giant, the Grand Cyclops, and the Grand Mages, which I couldn't find pictures for. And then finally the Klansmen, who were just the common Ku Klux Klan members that you think of when you think of the Ku Klux Klan. They were the ones that would just wear white and normal. Then in some southern states, some Republicans would try to organize militia to beat the Ku Klux Klan, but it wasn't enough. So they realized they needed to make an act. So then the Ku Klux Klan Act was passed, which allowed the President Grant to use military force against them. But after a while, the act was ruled unconstitutional. But then by then, the Ku Klux Klan was mostly faded away, so it didn't really matter much that it was ruled unconstitutional. And then the goals of the Ku Klux Klan were to defeat the Republican Party and to maintain absolute white supremacy. And then after the blacks were given more rights and power, some of the southern states didn't fully believe in this. So they made the Jim Crow laws, which were a law that gave separate but equal power under the law to blacks and white people. So they were separate but so-called equal. They weren't really. And then all it did was really just make black people inferior, and it made it more challenging for black people so that white people could still have more power over them. And then the law includes things such as a black man not being able to shake a white man's hand, and black and white people not being able to eat together. But if they did, then the white person would always be served their food first. And they had to have separate water fountains, schools, restaurants, and bathrooms, and even theaters. But then after a while, eventually the Jim Crow laws even extended to things like parks and cemeteries. And then the Jim Crow laws would make it more difficult to even impossible for black men to vote, be elected to office, or even serve on juries. They did this by selective application of literacy tests, other racially motivated criteria. And then to escape this segregation, many black people flee to the north or the west to escape it and not be oppressed as much.